Have you heard of this trending sandwich called Tunacado from Joe and the Juice? One of the fun experiences with this restaurant is receiving your sandwich in a slim pink box and opening it like a present. What intrigues me about this sandwich is their crispy, thin flatbread that is almost cracker-like. It creates this snap, followed by the fresh vegetables and soft tuna salad that fills your mouth. Joe and the Juice inspired me to create a flat focaccia that would make delicious sandwiches at home. Let's first start with making the Poolish the night before. Poolish is when you mix flour, water, and a little bit of yeast ahead of time to add more flavor to your bread. To a small bowl, add 100 grams of bread flour, pinch of yeast, 100 grams of water. Mix the ingredients till you no longer see dry ingredients. Cover and let it rest at room temperature for 12 to 14 hours. Next day, let's mix the dough. To a big bowl, add 300 grams of bread flour, 100 grams of wheat flour. Give the flours a good stir. Then add 300 grams of water, room temperature. Mix until you no longer see dry ingredients. Cover and let it rest for 30 minutes. To the dough, add the Poolish from yesterday, 2 teaspoons of active dry yeast, half a teaspoon of malted barley flour, this is optional, 10 grams or 1 tablespoon of honey, 1.5 teaspoons or 7 grams of salt. Mix until all the ingredients are incorporated. Cover and let it rest for 10 minutes. This dough will need bulk fermentation time of 2 hours with 3 folds. Fold number 1. Grab a piece of the dough and fold over. Rotate the bowl and repeat until the dough becomes taut. Wet your hands or gloves if the dough is too sticky to handle. Cover and let it rest for 30 minutes. Fold number 2. Repeat the process. Cover and let it rest for 30 minutes. Fold number 3. Repeat again. Cover and let it rest for 1 hour. Line your baking sheet with parchment paper. Sprinkle the parchment paper with semolina flour. I'm using a full-size sheet pan, which is about 20 by 14 inches. If you only have a half-size sheet pan, you can always split the dough in half and make 2 focaccias. Pour the dough on the parchment paper. Stretch the dough out. This dough is pretty sticky, but just be patient with it. I promise you it will pay off at the end. Drizzle olive oil on the top of the dough. You can also drizzle olive oil instead of sprinkling semolina flour on the parchment paper, but I love the crunch of the semolina flour. Yes, I'm out of olive oil. Yes, it's making a nasty sound, but I'm going to use every last drop of this olive oil. Dimple and press the dough to spread it out. Don't worry if it doesn't spread all the way towards the edge. We're going to dimple it again after it rests. Cover and let it rest for 30 minutes. I'm going to sprinkle rolled oats on top to add some texture to my bread. Sprinkle coarse salt over the dough. Dimple the dough again. Cover and let it rest for 1 to 1.5 hours. Preheat your oven to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm placing a pan full of hot water to create steam in my oven. Bake the focaccia for 12 to 15 minutes or until golden brown. This focaccia bread is good just the way it is, and I have served it as a side, but it makes a delicious sandwich. Joe and the Juice adds pesto to their sandwiches, and I was thinking of maybe adding balsamic glaze, but I'm sharing this sandwich with my husband and he does not like balsamic, so I'm leaving it out. Have you guys toasted bread in a waffle maker? If you haven't, then you're missing out. It saves you time because it toasts it evenly on top and bottom. For the tuna salad, I just mixed tuna, mayo, and salt and pepper. Nothing smancy. I also made a breakfast sandwich with this bread and it was super yummy. Alright, that's all the time we have for today. Until next weekend, guys. Bye!